Hi, my name is Javier Alejandro Diaz and I'm going to talk about my final project. So the topic that I chose is the smart cities. Here we have the scenario planning. About the main trends and the uncertainties, I choose the better quality of life, the poor quality of life, and the public and private sector. So here we can see that we have the four scenarios. I'm going to explain each scenario. The first one, the value network analysis for the first scenario is better quality of life and public sector. We have the three actors, the government, the industry or IT sector, in this case is the public sector, and the citizens. For the resources, we have the physical infrastructure, the money, the technical infrastructure, human resources, and city, cars, transports, or any solution. And about the roles, we have the regulation, the providing solutions, and the usage. About the interfaces, we have in blue the business interface between the government and the industry, and in between the industry and the citizens, the technical interface between the industry and the citizens, and a regulatory interface between the government and industry and between the government and citizens. About the business analysis, we have the value at the offer area. We have as value proposition the digitalization of documents, development of sensors and equipment to collect data in real time. This is for the Colombian case. And knowledge management and management models for horizontal government solutions and facilitating collaborative work between sectors in order to improve the citizens' quality of life. About the customer area, we have the customer relationships like trust, change, automation, transformation, innovation, quality of life improvement. The customer segments, citizens in general, pedestrians, drivers, public transport users. About the channels, we have the website, government and IT industry, the social networks, the local and nationwide advertising. About the infrastructure, we have as key partners the IT industry, the government, engineers, citizens. As key activities, we have the engineering and design, service and support, marketing, innovation, strategy, production, distribution. As key resources, we have the technology, intellectual property, internet, cloud services, and the state resources. And finally, as finance, we have the cost structure, sensors, components, assembling, production, distribution, employees, technology, and the revenue streams. We have the sales of these products or solutions, the technical support, the maintenance, and licensing. The second scenario is the better quality of life and private sector. So we have the same three actors, the resources, the physical infrastructure, the money, the technical infrastructure, money. In this case, we have the private sector, and the city, the transport, cars, the solutions. And as a role, so we have the regulation for providing solutions and the usage. We have the same three interfaces, business, technical, and regulatory. And as the business analysis, we have at the offer area the same the digitalization of documents, sensors, and equipment to collect data in real time. And we have implement solutions that allow the creation of smart cities in order to improve citizens' quality of life. About the customer area, we have the relationships as change, automation, transformation, innovation, the customer segments, the citizens in general, drivers, public transport users, pedestrians, uh, channels, the website, the social networks, the local advertising. As infrastructure, we have the key partners, IT industry, government, engineers, citizens. As key resources, we have the private capital, the technology, the intellectual property. And as key activities, we have the engineering and design, marketing, innovation, the production, distribution, and implementation. And as a finance, we have the cost structure, the sensors, components, production, distribution, facilities, taxes, technologies. And as revenue streams, we have the sale of these product solutions, the technical supports, maintenance, licensing, and the payments made by the government. Our third scenario is the poor quality of life, the public sector. We have, in this case, the government, industry, IT sector. This is public sector and citizens. We have as resources the physical infrastructure, the money, technical infrastructure, human resources, and the device solutions according to the availability. And as roles, we have the regulation, tax creation, providing solutions, and the usage. In this case, we have two interfaces, the business and the technical interface. And about the business analysis, we have as the offer area, create and implement solutions like digitalization of documents, development of sensors and equipment to collect the data in real time, create and implement government solutions and facilitating the work between sectors using IT tools, and implement solutions in order to create smart cities as general. We have about the customer area, the customer relationships, automation, transformation, innovation, customer segments, the citizens in general, pedestrians, drivers, public transport users, channels, the website, social networks, advertising. About the infrastructure, we have the key partners, the IT industry, the government, engineers, citizens. As key activities, we have design, production, distribution, implementation, selling of all of these solutions. And as key resources, we have the technology, intellectual property, internet, cloud services, and the state resources. And finally, as a finance, we have the cost structure, the sensors, components, the assembling, production, distribution, implementation, the taxes, technology. And as a revenue streams, we have the sales of products of the solutions, the technical support, maintenance, and licensing. Finally, we have our fourth scenario. This is poor quality of life and private sector. So we have the same three actors, the government, the industry, IT sector, in this case the private sector, and the citizens. About the resources, we have the physical infrastructure, technical infrastructure, the money from the private sector, and the devices, the solutions according to the ability to pay. And as a roles, we have the tax creation, the providing and selling solutions, and the usage. In this case, we have two interfaces, the business interface and the technical interface. And about the business analysis for this scenario, we have the offer area, the same, create the solutions, the sensors, and the collecting data in real time, and implementing IT solutions to create smart cities and increase the company's income, because in this case, the main goal is to increase the company's income instead of creating the smart cities. So we have for the customer area, the customer relationships, automation, innovation, transformation. The customer segments, we have here the governments and the citizens with the ability to pay for the solutions and products. And the channels, the same, a website from the IT industry, social networks, and advertising. About infrastructure, IT industry, private investors, engineers, as key activities, design, production, distribution, implementation, sellings, and as key resources, technology, intellectual property, internet, cloud services, and the private resources. And finance, we have the cost structure, sensors component, infrastructure, etc. And as a revenue streams, we have the sale of these products, solutions, technical support, maintenance, licensing, and payments by the government. The pros and the cons of each scenario. For the first scenario, this is the ideal scenario. The government regulates the products developed by the IT industry in order to guarantee a better quality of life for the citizens. In this way, it contributes to develop of the city, and a point against may be the lack of funding, since the entities are public and external capital is required. For the second scenario, this is another ideal scenario. When there is regulation by the government, private sector industries develop solutions in cooperation with the state to ensure the development of the city and the quality of life of citizens. For the third scenario, when there is a partial regulation by the government on the IT industries, there is no expected development in terms of solutions and the development of the city. So the quality of life of citizens tends to decrease. And for the fourth scenario, this is the worst scenario. If there is no regulation, the private industries and IT sector can develop and implement any product in order to obtain revenues. Most of the time, these products or solutions don't contribute to the improved of quality of life. And as a conclusions, the main trends in terms of the smart cities are public space, digitalizations, connectivity, telecommunications, among others. A process of urban renewal for creation of intelligent spaces, the openness of public sector data, creation of talent and social inclusion, and the digitalization of economy. It is important to keep in mind aspects like demographic, economic, social, and environmental in order that the main subsectors can give solutions to the citizens, like mobility in transport, working in sustainable urban transport, the quality of life to favor social inclusion, productivity, and competitiveness, with regional ICT plans, the smart government, developing ERPs and social network, mainly environmental sustainability, achieving a sustainable and affordable energy, and finally the urban and territorial planning. And finally, if there is a clear regulation by the government, the industries will be obligated to comply with the solutions and products offered, thereby contributing to the development of the city and improving the quality of life of citizens. That's it.